This is a video on NieR Automata before starting a new game on very hard and everything you need to know before you start that very hard game in NieR Automata. This game is amazing and you enjoyed every piece of story and gameplay content it has to offer, but for some reason you're not satisfied, huh? You must be the hardcore gamer, the one always looking for a challenge even if it seems possible. You won't stop until you beat the impossible. And there's that side of you that just wants to look at someone that can't even beat the game on hard mode just to tell them how bad they are and that they simply need to get good, noob. Just be honest, that's the only reason you want to play NieR Automata on very hard mode. Don't worry, I'm not judging because I made this video to help you get to that point. The first thing that you might need help with is the prologue of this game. Yes, the tutorial in other words. This is definitely the hardest part of the game no matter what difficulty you're playing on. Other than easy mode of course, since it actually plays the game for you. There's a cheap way to get past the prologue and I don't recommend it as it wouldn't leave you satisfied. What you can do is start the game on any difficulty other than very hard, and then when the prologue is over you can switch the mode to very hard, but that won't get you any hardcore points other than wasting your time playing the rest of the game. So sorry to break it to you, but you have to play the entire game on very hard mode for it to count. Let's start from the flying segments. Most casual players don't know this, but there is a heavy attack for the jet suit configuration. Pressing triangle allows you to place a barrier around you which blocks attacks and can kill enemies if they touch you. It's also spammable, which means nothing will be able to hit you ever when in jet mode. This should be used over the dash button L2 when in jet mode. When in mobile suit configuration mode, you can use the square button to spam it to destroy bullets, and you are virtually invulnerable against bullets if you angle yourself correctly of course. While spamming square, use the shoot button with your index finger to constantly shoot while your middle finger is on L2, which is the evade button. When evading in mobile suit configuration, you can press and hold L2 to phase through any attack. It's not continuous though, so press again if you need to. Basically, press and hold it, you'll be able to phase, but then it has a duration length of when you're safe, then you need to press it again. The only attack we will ever use in mobile suit is the heavy attack, as it leaves you vulnerable and you can't evade or light attack for a while. Now that's all you need to know when flying in very hard mode. When fighting as 2B in the prologue, there are two setups and combos you can use to fight. The first setup is the normal light sword as primary and heavy as secondary. With this setup, always have the pod firing in front of you or in the direction of a bullet or enemy. As for attacking, do a slight dash forward and press your heavy attack, which is triangle. This lets you throw your heavy sword while keeping your distance. The next configuration is not meant to be used in the prologue as it lets you throw your light sword faster. This can be done by reversing the order in which you place your heavy sword and light sword in the primary and secondary slots. You can execute the attack the same way. This is not the best to use in close quarters because 2B launches herself further and is harder to control where she ends up going. In the prologue, there are ways to skip entire sections also. I am not referring to the glitches, but I'm referring to legit ways to do this. For example, there's a crane skip. The area where you shoot down the bridge, don't. What you do is jump on the crate before the gap and do a technique called the high jump. To do this, press X then triangle quickly. Then press triangle, then X, then dash when high enough toward the bridge and 2B will grab the edge. If done perfectly, you will be high enough to just land on the edge. Then turn around behind you while on the bridge and repeat the high jump, then dash toward the crane, then make your way to the next area. It should be simple to find after that. This high jump can only be used with the second weapon setup that I mentioned earlier. You can also skip the other bridge that can only be lured from the other side with an advanced high jump, but I don't know how to do it. There are other videos on YouTube to help you out with this advanced high jump and the first high jump that I mentioned earlier. Remember, perfect evade is always your best friend while doing this. Also, as long as 2B is still in the dash animation, evade will always trigger. I will make a separate video talking about how to defeat each boss in very hard mode. However, I have a few tips you can use to survive the open areas of the game. One required chip you need to get is the chip called Reset. This gives you 10% chance to revive with like 30% health. I don't remember the percentage for revival. I think it's 10%. Oh, I got revived. These chips helped me in that run, but you don't need them if you're gonna play on very hard. Just use the technique I did with Adam and you could beat this easily. Let me show you the chips I have. No, this one. 15% chance of reviving with 30% health upon death. But you can buy this chip from the Desert Root Emil, as he has 3 routes and sells different things on each route. All 3 routes are in the same area of the map, but the desert route just refers to him driving past the entrance to the desert. Buy 2 and stack them. 2 reset chips and stack them. The first thing you need to do is max out your chip capacity to be able to do this. Next, level up as much as possible so you are over leveled when fighting a boss. Spend most of your money on enhancement items. Sell all of your defense buffs because that is not needed in very hard mode. But keep your healing items because there are times you need to heal and keep an eye on your health. You can take falling damage and hacking damage by failing the hack in very hard mode. These 2 things do not kill you instantly in very hard mode, but taking too much of each will, so you do need to heal. And keep your eyes on your health. This is everything you need to know when starting a new game on very hard mode in NieR Automata. I will make how-to videos on how to beat each boss in very hard mode in the future, so look forward to it. Thanks for watching, leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.
You just die already!
Talk about bringing the battle to them. Ought to be.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Oh, great.
I don't imagine that this is going to end well. The black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
Doobie, it was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.